Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, men and women. Welcome to my show. I don't know what's happening with my internet. Every time I put on my program, I get stuck. All these things are happening to me. I don't know why. But we're here to entertain you, to get my show going. Break boom, break back. Never draw back. Let's start my show, okay? Then we'll get into my lessons. Let me try one more time to get this show going. Get my music in, get my intro in. I need money, my people. I need money. I need money. This thing I wanted. Look at my interaction coming here. This is not right. Something wrong with my internet, on my set, on my program. This is a continual. Okay, let me just start my program and get it on because I can't see what's happening to my computer. I think my volume and everything all right. Testing. Yes. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I'm sorry for all these problems, but I need some money. You need to send me money. And if y'all want my program to continue, I'm here to do it. But I need some help, man. I need some help. And if y'all don't want to help me, this is the only reason my show will stop. Okay? So I'm telling you again, send me money. I don't mind doing this. It's for the cause of the people. I've been doing it all my life. But if I can't get money, I will have to stop. I can't put my own money in this thing no more. Okay? I go out of my way, try to educate my people, try to spread the word around. But maybe my people, I think I got plenty of money, so I just need to stop this thing. And if I don't get the support I need, it will have to stop. Okay? So I'm appealing to you all again. We need to get the message out. We need to get the word out. I'm doing this out of charity. But there's a point in my life where I can't go on if I don't get the financial support I need. So I got under the end of this year to decide whether to end this show or not. Okay, decide whether Liberian people want the education or not. I've done enough. Okay? And it's time to start cutting people off in my life who don't contribute to what I'm doing. Okay? And as my life progresses, I'm getting older. I'm not getting younger. And I can't go on with this thing. So by the end of this year, I will decide whether to stop this thing or not if I'm not getting the support I need. Okay? I can't be educating people and people not giving me money. So if y'all can get Costa and Prophet Key, all these people money, y'all keep it up. I got to the end of the year to decide whether to end this show or not. Okay? So let me get into my lesson. Because this is a charity thing. I need support. I've been doing this thing since 1980, and it's time to end it. Okay? The left hand offend you, cut it off. The right hand offend you, cut it off. I'd rather be with any hands than to go into heaven burdened with troubles. Okay? So let me put on my topics and let's get my show this morning. Everything's so difficult, slow. I just upgraded my internet and it's still slow. So there's got to be a problem. I got to call my Verizon this morning and find out what's the problem. So as soon as my topics come up, take the time to come up, I'll begin my lesson. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm slowly waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. It wasn't for me. It's still not coming up. Okay, let me just tell you all my topic for this morning. Brownie Samukai. Brownie Samukai blocked again by the Liberian Supreme Court. Okay? I mean, I'm just tired with this thing, man. Brownie Samukai blocked again by Liberia Supreme Court. 2. Corrupt practices of Liberians. 3. Can Liberian people save Liberia? That's a good question. Can we save our country? Do we have that power within us to rise up and make changes to our own society and country? But these are the things that we confront. But I guess because of I use a lot of graphics too, and that's why I need to upgrade. Because you don't want to see the graphics. You got to support the brother. Hold up, I just want to correct my statement here. Let me put 3 here. 3. Everything is so discombobulated, my text don't want to come up. Okay, so let me just go in. I was reading the newspaper this morning, and it said that Brownie Samukai had gone to the Supreme Court again and to get certified to take a senatorial position in Lofa County. And this is not working out. Why? Because the court has denied his petition again. Okay? They said no. You can't be senator until you comply with the court's order. And the court order, the lower court, ruled against Samukai for the pension money of the soldiers. He went and formed this pension scheme where they took the soldier money and started a fund collection thing where every month they took $20 from the soldiers' pay to put in their accounts, say for the retirement or whatever. And now, Ellen Johnson Sally went and promised the people that she was going to send Liberian soldiers as peacekeepers. She knows she didn't have the money. She promised the people to do that. Now they've done that. She couldn't send the soldiers. So she went to Samukai and said, look, take the people pension money you're saving. Let's send it to them. I will give you the money back. And he did that. He took the people money and gave it to Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Now Ellen Johnson Sirleaf used the money. They say she made some arrangement with George Weah to pay the money back, which never came to fruition. So now all this is happening. The people want their money back. The government couldn't raise that money to put back in the account. They said George Weah and Ellen Johnson had a meeting where it was a mutual understanding between them that George Weah will pay this money back. But George Weah has come up now and said he's not paying the money back. So it falls on Samukai now. They sue Samukai for their money. The court looked into it and found out that this pension scheme set up by Brownie Samukai, he was the Minister of Defense, set up by Brownie Samukai to save money for the soldiers' pension, had been stolen because Brownie had no right to take the people money. After he set it up for them, that was not his money. He had no right to take the people money and give it to Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Because first of all, there was no government responsibility of his to open this account for the soldier. He took upon his own self to do it. Now he opens the account and they can't put the money back. So George Weah doesn't agree to anything he and Ellen Johnson Sirleaf proposed. So the whole thing comes back to Brownie Samukai. He got to pay the people money because it was not government money. So since it was not government money, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf had no responsibility over it, nor did Samukai to give that money to Ellen. So now that he's done it, Ellen has refused to pay. George Weah refused to pay. It is on Brownie Samukai to pay that money back because he was the one who took it back, took that people money out. He had no authority to do that, and he did it. And now they can't account for the people money. So the lower court decided that Brownie Samukai should go to jail for 2 years, I think, for this money business. So they appealed it to the upper court. The upper court stayed the prison sentence and told Brownie Samukai to pay this $1.3 million in 6 months, half of it in 6 months, and the rest of it at the end of the year. So the justice minister, the assistant justice minister, Kepa or whoever he is, got up and wrote the election commissioner to stay the certification of Brownie Samukai until he paid that money. So there was a whole ruckus about it. The justice minister was away when that happened. He came back. He said he didn't know about it. Then he wrote the election commission to stay the certification of Brownie Samukai until he pays his money. So this is where we are now. Brownie Samukai got to pay that money in 6 months to a year. He goes back into court requesting that the court grants him the right to be certified to practice again. And again, the Liberian court, through Justice Nangwe, recently decided again, yesterday or the day before yesterday, that Brownie Samukai still cannot be certified until he pays that money. So what's bothering me is with all this run around, with all this shenanigans, we both come out to the same point. You got to pay the money. And I agree with that. I support that point. Because if you take the people money and rely on Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and George Weah's agreement, and both of them stab you in the back, you are left carrying this load. And if the Nima people really want you to be their senator, they would have raised that money a long time ago. They keep making noise, say they will raise it. Well, what is $1.something million? And they still haven't raised it yet. So what's the problem? What's the hold up? Can these people make up their minds about this situation? Well, apparently the court has already made up his mind because the court hasn't changed its position yet. The court has told this man, you must pay this money. He went to the justice minister, brought all the justice ministry in there. The justice minister still supports his staff. And that's the law. You owe the government. You are indebted to the people. You can't work on that. You pay the people money back. That's fair. You see, I don't care about the other corruption, but this is a different case. This falls on its own merits. You see, and our people just can't be so corrupt, man. Our country can't be so corrupt. We can't be so corrupt. It destroys the moral fabric of our country. It puts us down in the social circle. Because law and order is far-fetched in Liberia. Law and order is far-fetched in Liberian society. And that's a problem. That is a problem. When our leaders still have no moral standing for our people, have no standing of trustworthiness, of honesty. Who told Brownie Samukai to take $20 out of the people money to open bank account for them? That's not a union thing. The soldiers don't have union, so you playing with their money. There is no consensus, written or verbal, that the soldiers gave permission for Samukai to open an account for their pensions. Now here it is, all this money missing. And the people from Nimba don't even give a damn about the soldiers or other Liberians. They want their man there in government. But your man owe the people their money. And you got to pay it. You can't go into government without paying the people their money. And these are the problems we're facing all the time with our country, with this petty corruption. The man owe money. The Lofa people have no power to make the court certify this man without him paying the money back. And these are the corrupt practices we go through that I'm going to touch on next. We can't do these things. We can't take the law in our hands all the time. For peace sake, oh, forgive. No. We got to stand for law and order, man. And someplace in our lives, we got to realize that these things are a necessity. For our country to grow, for our country to develop. We got to stand up, step up, and challenge these people. Challenge these people because it's not right. Now here we are again. This one Brownie Samukai thing keeps coming up. Where is the money? Why haven't you Lofa people raised the money yet to get your man out? To free Brownie Samukai? There's a problem. And this has been the problem in Liberia for so long. People commit crime, they won't get away with it. And somewhere we got to say no, man. Somewhere we got to say no. People got to make restitution. People got to pay the money back. We're not running a social club. We're not running a susu club. This is not Liberian community organization in the Americas. This is the Liberian government. And if the Liberian government cannot function better than Liberian community associations in the diaspora, that's a problem. Because right now, in Liberia, the government is the most functional organization. I don't know about the other organization. But in America, we try to have our community associations here comparable to our government in dealing with the needs of our people. Some of them, we used to do that before. I don't know about you, that no more. When I was there, that was our mission. Now I don't know what these new people mission. But with the kind of things going on in our country, you can see that Liberia is like a club. either a Susu club or a Juju club. One of those clubs. But something gotta be due in my country, man. Something gotta be due. Country running amok. It don't run amok. Everybody being pastor. George Weah pastor. This other man pastor. They put man bishop. The other man captain and pastor. The other man Reverend Duke. The other man Reverend T. Yeah, I mean, what's wrong with our country? Y'all think that the way Christianity is supposed to be? Because we say our country that Christian nation and we have been perpetuating this pseudo Christianity for so long, and now people think they can extend the pseudoism, stretch it as far as it can stretch it, and just make a mockery of the Christianity. But this is not right. This is not right. We can't be a Christian nation and living under Satan's law. No, it can't work for us. Our nation will fail, our people will fail, our country will die, time and time again. But it's upon us. It's upon us. It's our duty and responsibility to look at our country and say, no, we can't continue with this thing. I was reading in the newspaper just now how the children of Bon County, one of the districts, one of the districts in Bon County, got to cross the St. Paul River just to go to school every morning. Do you know the risk? Then know the children are wearing no vest, no life-saving vest, nothing. Every morning they got to get in that canoe, all of them, to cross that river, that vicious river, to go on the other side for school. You see how God with our children? That God with those children, man. If that boat capsized, those children can't swim. Those children can't swim. That river is deep and rough. How will those children protect themselves? All the school children will be dead. Or by the grace of God, one or two of them will leave. But when I saw that thing, man, this morning and read about it, it was heartbreaking, man. It was heartbreaking. It was heartbreaking that our country not connected. Our country still not connected by road nor bridges. This is terrible. And look at our little children suffering, man. And in the newspaper, they tell you that if the girls don't go to school, they will force them to get married. This is no hope for our women. Now these girls they're forced to go to school because they want to go to school. They don't want early marriage. They're 10-year-old, 9-year-old getting married. How you marry those people off? To these rusty old men with children and lives of their own. You know, these are the things that break down a nation. These are the things that tear the moral fabric of a nation apart. When the people have no empathy for the other people. The rich don't care for the poor. The well-off don't give a damn. You know, we can't go on like this, man. Somebody got to step to the plate and say this thing got to stop. And one man can't do it. We need men. We need real men to step to the plate and say it has to end. We got to care for our people more than we care for ourselves. We got to use our money in positive ways to give our little children a fighting chance, to give them a hope for the future. We sing this song here, no hope for the future. What's the hope for the future? We ain't got no damn hope for the future. That is song going around here. What kind of hope we got? What kind of hope is this that we have? And you see, that's why I do my show every day. I come here every day because I want my people to understand the significance of what we're dealing with, the significance of what it means for your children not to be educated, for them not to be afforded the means to get educated. for there to be so many obstacles in the way of their education that it poses a threat to their own lives. We gotta read ourselves in, man. We gotta take steps back and sit down and reevaluate our community, reevaluate our society, reevaluate ourselves, and see where the wrong lies. See what the problem is, that we cannot excel and grow, that we can't move from one step to the next. We're not growing. We're not growing. Look at all those buildings we got. All those things don't mean nothing because the masses of our people, the masses of our people's happiness are not secure. And until our government takes those functional methods to ensure that our people get a meal 3 times a day, get shelter, and get clothing, our country is failed. Our country is failed. Because all those things that I just mentioned, food, clothing, and housing, takes planning, takes money, takes intelligent people to do. People who care about their community, care about the poor, care about the homeless, care about the less fortunate. And this is where we are lacking. In the third world countries, this is where we fail. Because we can claim anything else except charity at home. And this is where we fall weak, time and time again. Because our ideals of family life, family association are so discombobulated, disjointed, and destroyed. Our ideas of family are run amok too. They're crazy all over the place. So we have to understand that if we must change our country, we must pick out those things that are significant to having greater impact in our society. We got to know how to curb those things, those practices that are not good. I was listening to Prophet Key this morning. He was talking about Darius Dillon Lie and who else and George Weah by the lie and and the dysfunctional behavior and all of that. And he was saying that Darius Dillon lie, but his lie is less significant than other people. That's not how government works. That's how government works. If you would be comparing people's lives based on a scale and forgiving them on that scale, that's not how it works. A lie is a lie is a lie. And until you come to the court and let the court determine where the Geiger counter will land on the lie, or the ruler or whatever, his gavel will land on the line. Nobody can tell us that. That's what we got legal-minded people for. But you know you can't kill. You know you can't commit murder. So anything short of that, except bodily harm too. You know you can't commit those. So once you don't commit those and it's just argument and word of mouth, what will you do? What will you do? You can't do nothing. And if you charge for slander and libel and all those kind of things, do you have the proof? Do you have the proof? Are there people that will be willing to come and say, yes, I saw this thing happening between Chesson and this person? But these are challenges we face each and every day. These are challenges posed to our democracy that we face every day. You see, Because even in the law, they got things that show that you're working and show that you're screwing off. Even in the law, they got something they call detour and they got something they call frolic. You got to know what it means, what those two words mean. What is a detour and what is a frolic? When you're working for the government from 8 to 5, you want a government job. And the only way, if you go, say you're going from your Nema County and you want to eat, everybody can eat. You got your 30 minutes break or your 1 hour break, whatever it is, and you stop in the nearest town on your way to Grand Jida. Your destination is Grand Jida, but on the way you want to eat. You got to eat. Nobody can drive without eating. So everybody know you got to eat. So if you go in to Banga and you stop at a restaurant in Kakata to eat, that is called a detour. A detour. Because you veer off your route to eat. That is not against the law. Everybody got to eat. So you want, on your route, you branch off at a reasonable place to eat. You have no fault there. But when you go into Banga to carry a load, then you leave Banga and you go all the way to Basso, you say you're going to load for food. That's a frolic. That's what we call frolic. A frolic is that bullshit. Bullshit. You bullshitting. Because your route is Banga or Grand Jida or whatever, and you on a totally different route. You going southeast, and where you're supposed to be going is northeast, and you way down southeast. How you got down there? That's why they told me it's a frolic, because by you going that far, returning back to your job destination would be a delay, a grave delay, of grave irresponsibility. So right there, they got to weigh whether it was a detour, which is you're entitled to do, or it was a frolic. You're not entitled to a frolic when you're working. So these are the kind of things that impact our whole society too. Can you do it? Does the law permit it? Does the law do not permit it? If not, how are they different? Show me how they're different. The same thing with Brownie Samukai. You cannot get a position when you owe the government. When you are charged with a crime of your own volition, and the people got to get their money back, you can't move forward until you satisfy your current status. And that's where Brownie Samukai is. And until you're paid out 1.3 billion, I agree with the court. That man shouldn't be certified. Because we gotta have standards. We gotta have principles. That will make our government wholesome and functioning. When we got standards, when people rise, they rise on their own merit. They say, oh, Chesson did this, you rose to the ministry, so and so, big shot in the ministry. Oh yeah, the man deserve it. The man deserve it. Because it's no secret in Liberia when you deserve it. Everybody knows you deserve it. Everybody goes to LU, CCR for graduations. People see these things and people know it. So these are the things people that Brownie Samukai need to know. That to come to equity, you must come with clean hands. To come to the law for help, you can't have no blemishes in your record. And there are blemishes in his record. He stole money that he's still paying. And we can't help him. We can't help him perpetrate the fruit of his crimes. So that's why we stand on this point. I just wanted to make it clear and really elucidate so my people can understand the fullness of this thing against Brownie Samukai. Now we turn to the second thing, corrupt practices in Liberia. Same thing I was telling you. We are some of our worst enemies because there are many things against our code of law. There are many things that we say we're not tolerating from other people. We tolerate it from our big shots. Prophet Q was pointing out about George Weah Jet. He said our friend Jet. It was a gift to him to use. But you can't use a jet for unlimited period of time. The law specifies special monetary amounts that you entitled to from guests. When you exceed that amount and you tell the people your friend gave it to you, that's a problem. And most of all, when you can't identify that friend again, that's a problem. And this is where we are with some of the corrupt practices in Liberia. And I just want, look at all the people that are violating the laws and still living within the means of the laws. All the people that can't stand up and meet the standards of today's jurisprudence. But that's how it is. All over the world, you step on somebody's freedom, they got to find something else. So just be mindful and stay focused. Because there are so many other practices, man. Coming to Darius Dillon with his bastard love and all the things. I just want to ask all these people that are talking about, oh, y'all don't know what Darius Dillon will bring. Y'all don't know what Darius Dillon want America to do. Y'all don't know, maybe the mayor. What would Darius Dillon bring to Liberia that would be so significant in just this period of time? What are you going to bring? What can you bring for the rehabilitation center that will change the lives of Liberian people in a day? What? So if Goody went away, even if he thought you were going to do something good, he thought you were going to get help. If people sent for him, but just drop us, you come to America with the hopes of garnering support for organization in Liberia. I don't know how successful you're going to be about that. But try. But we just got to know there are certain things that can help us. And as we people, when we know these things and we see it and we keep quiet, that is an indication that we are corrupt too. That we blame the same blame. We share the same blame for everything other people are doing. But look at our community now. A bishop running our airport. And because he didn't get his cut from foreigners coming to run the airport, he refused to sign to let the people come in. They had to fire him. But this is the extent and gravity of the greed, of the lust, of the terrible evils that go on in our country. This is the extent. Because you got all these people committing these things. How many people in Liberia can we support with this kind of money we get here? How many? But we'll put it on home. And sometimes it can't hold because our very actions are contrary to those statements of we taking care of people at home. So where do we stand on this, my people? Where do we stand on this? Corrupt practices of Liberian people. Look at Darius Dillon. Same thing. Public Kisi, they were fussing like hell yesterday at their party headquarters. They were yelling CPP, NAC, ANC, Unity Party. They were there yelling. Why? Because all this thing in the newspaper daily about Darius Dillon. This is a ploy now. This is a ploy between L.A. Cummings and whoever against Boca. Because Darius Dillon and Nombly Kanga support Boca. And if they're traveling around, getting drunk and having fun like that and coming back to the papi, that means the papi is going to be there soon. That means the papi stands a good chance of being president, Boca. So, yeah, they come back home. They jump on him and send his wife out so they can punish him or even kill him. But this is not right. This is not what we're barking for. This is not what our government of the people should be all about. You see, when our leaders are so indulged in these practices that are deceptive, that are evil to our survival, it haunts us. It haunts us. It haunts us. Now, do we believe all these things? Do we believe all these things? It may be true. It may not be true. But these are the circumstances we stand and face each and every day. Are our leaders trustworthy? Are they honest? Can we repose our trust in these people time and time again? Can they speak for us? You know? And we watch our leaders. We watch them. Because in order for them to arrive and succeed, they got to have the support that we give them. The support, the moral and physical support we give them. And that will help raise the spirits, raise their minds, raise their abilities. So these are the practices. All of those small practices we face. Oh, forgive me, man. For peace sake, man. You know, we see the man committing crime before us. Oh, my man, leave it alone, man. Yeah, it's good sometimes when we commit a crime for people to forgive us. But when you forgive a man over and over, you're a joker. You are a joker. And it has reached the stand, the place that we must put down stringent measures to ensure that people who steal are made deterrents of, are made our people see what we do to them and be scared, because there's no need for this rampant stealing. There's no need for this rampant corruption. There's no need. Why will carry all of you? Why has it carried all of you people? All of that just for negative things, property, money, greed. Now I'm talking about the greedy situation. All these things that come down to us time and time again. We can continue to perpetuate these practices. We can't continue to indulge in these deceitful things. We can't continue as a people to see our leaders doing wrong, and we the very people that are saying, peace sake, forgive, get them one more chance, No, we're the same people that do it time again. So we are the same people that are our own enemies. They make excuses for these people because we got the same bad practices in us. And we know that if Peter get caught, we may get caught. But does this breed good Liberians? Does this breed patriots? to this breed men and women who will stand up for our country. It will not. It will not. And with time and time again, be brought down to this status, be brought down to this point, because our people deserve better. Our people deserve better, whether you like it or not, whether you accept it or not. The time of the Liberian people is now. We've been through this for too long, man, from 1980 to this very day. Almost 50 or more years. We can't go through this no more. It's not good for our psyche. It's not good for our strengths, especially our psychics. Because this is what motivates us and gives us strength. When we are mentally correct, we are mentally at peace. We mentally know our duties and responsibilities and are held accountable to perform them. Not when we want to, not when we think it should be performed, not when it benefits us, but when the people demands that the duty be done, or the consequences will fall on the government, will fall on the leaders, and they will feel it. So we got to understand that all these bad practices of for peace sake, forgive, oh my yeah, all these kind of things must cease and desist. Especially when people see from us, especially when our government rob us and we have no other recourse. We have no other recourse. So something gotta do. Something gotta be do. Something gotta be do. Something right gotta be do. Something gotta be do. You know that? Okay, let me get my last topic. Can Liberia people save Liberia? Yes, we can save our country. People say we can't save our country. They lie. Only we can save our country. Nobody else. And to save our country, we got to move away from there for peace sake. That my brother and sister, no man, yeah, we're not doing it again. Oh. We can't continue on this trend because it's the same thing that got us here time and time again. Look at our leaders. All the corruption these people done, we still looking at them as leader. Look at Money Captain and all these people, all the money they rape. We never audited them. We never did nothing to them, but we're calling them back to serve. And these are the things that hurt us. Look at Darius Dillon. Man beef with Darius Dillon too. You want be the light, be the light. But show that you the light. You collected all that money. People were just handing you money in the street. There was nowhere for people to check on how much you got. People were just coming up and giving you money. So if you can't report on what you got, how can there be clarity? How can there be transparency? Because everything you get as a government official, you got to report it. You got to let them know what you got, why you got it. And every time you keep it silent, people will ask you, they see you getting money. They see you doing all these things. Are you paying taxes? That's a mean question. Are you paying taxes? Are you living up to your personal obligation to the whole? Because when all us pay taxes, it becomes whole. Our country becomes financially secure. But when you got John not paying taxes and he got the biggest property, got the most lights, got water, everything going on, and he not paying jack, you know what? That's a problem. That's a problem. And we got to call it as it is. Call a spade a spade. Or we'll be forever afraid in our country to stand up against injustice, against wickedness, against hard is being imposed on our people because of greed, selfishness and evil. And my young people, when you see the people committing crime, don't join them. Don't say, let me go seek my part of luck. Let me try my luck. No, don't join them. You know it's wrong. You know you can go get caught. You know you get caught, you go into jail. Why you want to join these people? Sheep luck is different from goat luck. We all learned that forever. So yes, we can save our country. As men and women, we can save our country. But we got to develop a different mentality. One of charity and love for Liberian people. One of charity and love for Liberian people. It doesn't have to be perfect all the time. But you have to know that you have a greater responsibility that you got to attend to. That whatever happens in your life, you cannot put that responsibility down. You cannot alter it. You cannot change it. You cannot try to fix it up second away. That is your patriotic and God-given responsibility to Liberia. Patriotic and God-given. It can't waver. It can't be shaken. And there are Liberians who have that sense of patriotism. There are Liberians, I'm not the only one. There are many Liberians with that sense of patriotism. But maybe some of us frustrated. Maybe some of us weak. Maybe some of us have lost hope. And that's why we're calling you to come together. To come together. To find your chi, your center, your strength. If your body and your mind, your spirit not centered, you cannot function. You'll be confused all over the place. They call it a chi. You got to find your chi in the center. The foundation that makes you strong and balances you on all sides. You're going to sway. You walk like you want to walk, like a man. So, this is where we come, man. This is where we come. And we are at the crossroads. We are at the crossroads. Everybody can be minister. Everybody can be director. Everybody can be assistant director. We know. Every book got its own cover. We know. So as a diligent and patriotic Liberian, you got to find your center. You got to find that place where you are comfortable with yourself, you're comfortable with life, and you look all around you. You see things moving in a positive way. But where it's not positive, you got to bring attention to that. You got to bring attention to that. That don't mean you got to place yourself in a danger yourself. But you got to let other people know. You got to let the community know. So these are the significance of our governance and leadership and society that we need to understand. We need to fully understand. We're not alone. Our country must be one of justice, law and order. It's got to be that way. Or we can't find peace among each other. We got to understand that where our religion ends, other people's religion begin. And we got to show respect for that too. Religion is as important arm of showing respect for our people. And last, you got to meet standards of decency. You got to meet standards of knowing that where your rights ends, other people's rights begin. And once we understand these things, appreciate them, try to practice them, we come to the full realization that we are the chosen ones. We are the people of God. We are Liberian people, a unique people under the sun. Aluta! Continua. My class is done. My Liberian people, my young children, we can't deceive ourselves. We can lie, we can betray people, we can do all kind of shenanigans. But down to the real point is we cannot deceive ourselves. When we play with our God, we deceive ourselves. When we play with our history, we play with our social strengths, we die. Because that all we got, that all that makes us who we are. So we gotta walk with our heads up, we gotta roll strong and narrow, and we gotta pray that God will not let us down. My lesson is done. My lesson is done. I hope you have a good weekend. Today is the 10th. Go out there. I don't know whether the sun will be shining today. Yesterday was a little terrible. But let's hope today is better. I'm going out there. I'm going to do my little thing. Pump that iron. Pump that iron. Pump that iron. I just pump small, not much. Just small. I'll pump small. Yeah. Pump. Mm. Get a Prince Johnson. Aluta! Have a good day, my people. Don't say Chesson didn't tell you. Chesson told you to have a good time. Don't tell you Chesson didn't tell you. Commander Chesson told you. Have a good weekend, my people. Have a good weekend, my people. Don't let the fuckers get you down. 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 But have a good day, a good day, a good day. Aluta, continua. The time of the Liberian people is now. I'm trying to get this thing to go off. It doesn't want to go off. But it wants me to stay with you all. To into another dimension. Okay, let me just try to cut this thing off again. Have a good day, my people. Enjoy yourself. I'll see you Monday morning, bright and early.